Tonight we will venture into the abyss of ultimate experience in a mystical land of endless fantasies.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, demons and demesses, across the interworld tonight and on 87.7 FM. This is Black and Beard Metal Radio going live on Blast. For another 2 hours, we have got metal and mirth and merriment coming your way, including some fresh metal from a band called Coma. Looking forward to that. We have, of course, got Power on the hour and the ever-faithful Box of Brutality as presented by Herman Deathbringer. The Smithzilla is large and in charge of the boards tonight. Upset her and she will kill you. Was that a gentle kind of like... Oh, I've not heard you make that noise before.
Make friends with your nightmares. Make friends with your nightmares.
I'm very aware of like... blowing out your ears. You are indeed listening to Black and Beard Metal Radio, and that was Wolf with Make Friends with Your Nightmares. I don't know if you could hear me singing in the background with the mics turned off, but I've certainly made Caitlin's ears bleed. Sorry, you won't use them. You don't need them really for black metal anyway. So.
We don't need ears for black metal.
No.
You just need to look grim.
You look grim and release bees from various trash cans.
Bees?
Bees. There's always bees. Let's look at the end of Prodigies of the Great Apocalypse by Dimmy Borgir. There's bees in it. So much so I went on this massive just talk a few years ago about how Shagrath was a beekeeper.
He probably is.
In his spare time. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? At the end of hey, I'm Shagrath. He sounds quite like Herman Deathbringer actually. He does old Shagrath. He's like, I got some bees. And he's like, you, Dimmu fans, would you like to help me share my passion for bees? I think he's totally Italian. And he just wheels on a hive in the middle of one of the Dimmu gigs. They make them more brutal, especially if people come out with just stung up faces and stuff. You know, it's like, how's a Dimmu gig? Brutal.
Half the fans are dead from anaphylactic shock.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to be honest with you, if you're gonna go see Dimmu's show, make sure you're not allergic to bee stings.
Exactly.
And if you are, just man up.
It's a bit
Just
more
just pull through.
It's like a real Death Clock show.
Yeah.
Where half the audience dies.
I think that would be quite, that because there's always kind of that competition in black metal, which you probably wrote about in your dissertation. And so to make one show even more, even more brutal, release bees, and maybe the next one they'd maybe release a bear into the mosh pit or something.
I was just thinking hornets, but bear, all right.
Bear.
Just a troop of bears crashing through the audience.
Bears on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, release the fire bears.
Hello, you're listening to Black and Beard Metal Radio. It's like this for 2 hours. Would you like some more music? Yes, of course you would. This is Rob Halford with Made in Hell.
Fire bears!
Fire bears!
Release the fire bears!
I am Shagrath, and here is my bee collection. Bees.
You're like a Smithzilla.
Yeah. I feel more like a pterodactyl when you do that.
Pterodactyl?
Yeah.
Have you got large amounts of flappy skin to kind of fly off things with?
No. I'm a bit more like a velociraptor, really, aren't I?
Could you put claws on a flying squirrel and kind of replicate it?
Probably.
A miniature pterodactyl, just like cardboard beak and some claws on a flying squirrel.
We could try throwing one off a mountain and see if it flies.
Alternatively, you can strap a grenade to it and send it over enemy lines. Furry grenades!
That's brilliant.
Oh yeah, it's taking warfare to a new level. I think someone would appreciate that. Coming in 2014, weapons of mass destruction including fireball bears.
Fire bears.
Fire bears.
And grenade squirrels.
And grenade squirrels. I don't know what nature's done to annoy me today.
God damn your nature!
Nature! If you want to see Caitlin smell a cup and that kind of thing turns you on, facebook.com/Black and Beard Radio. Alternatively, it is on YouTube. Look up Black and Beard Metal Radio Webcam Adventures. It's on YouTube.
I feel like we're like Sky Pirates or something. When you say
Sky Pirates?
Webcam Adventures. I feel like a Sky Pirate.
Sky Pirates?
I don't know.
That just sounds like I want to like bootleg some kind of broadcasting system.
Energy.
We are Sky Pirates, floating across the land with a mighty vengeance. Sky Pirates. I'm starting a band called Sky Pirates.
This is basically my take on anything modern. Just take something old and
Yeah.
make it fly. And that's,
But here's another thing about disappointing news headlines, right? They don't deliver on what they promise, and so I feel quite violated. This is why I don't like reading the news, because I feel violated.
violated by the news.
Violated by the news, yes. Anyway, listen, right? The headline was, woman singing Whitney Houston thrown off jet. And I was thinking, wow, they just opened the door and kicked her out. But no, apparently they just landed somewhere safely and escorted her off. I was expecting a story.
I don't see why you'd bother writing about that. Quite frankly, that sounds like the most boring news story.
Well, they gave it a really snazzy kind of like, oh, woman singing Whitney Houston thrown off jet. Fair enough. I would throw anyone off for showing off, Whitney Houston. But I was literally hoping there was like 30,000 feet, open the door and just kick her out without a parachute. No, kick her out, making her hold like an anvil. And I'm not talking about the heavy...
The heavy metal band.
Yeah, I'm talking about the heavy metal band.
Send
I'm
them
saying
out
about,
with the heavy metal band.
yeah, not like the Ironmonger's tool. I'd just kick her out the plane holding anvil, because that's going to be heavier than the Ironmonger's tool. Extreme Justice at 30,000 feet. That's another film I need to make. Extreme Justice at 30,000 feet. Jesus, you need to swallow me.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the first ever girl snake in the house tonight.
Girl snake.
Girl
Is it
snake.
a girl? Is it a snake? I was eating my foot, so it's probably a snake.
If the microphones go up after the next song and it's very quiet, you just assume she swallowed me. And she's like, oh, it's very quiet in here. Be quiet, James. Sorry, it's like you unhinged your jaw. That came out quite away. I was quite impressed.
I'm so tired. I didn't realise I was that tired.
That tired you can swallow a human. So like if you're a little bit tired, you'd be like, "Rrr." If you're really tired, you'd be like, "Rrr." That's the only thing about dark chocolate. It's like eating stuff from space, because it literally sucks all the moisture out of you. Dark chocolate makes you thirsty, but I don't know what makes me thirsty, eating sand or dark chocolate.
It sounds like banana.
Bring it, come and join us please on Facebook, facebook.com/Black and Beard Metal Radio. Just to let you know, I managed to fend off the Snakezilla with a stick.
Snakezilla.
Snakezilla.
I am now the Snakezilla. Eating your mice and your legs and your grannies.
And your chocolate digestive biscuits.
Oh, yes.
Everything you eat is dark.
Yes! Everything I eat, I only eat dark chocolate.
Yeah.
I only drink dark beer.
Yeah.
Everything I consume is in some way dark.
Oh my god, she's like a black hole.
I am the night. I've been trying to convince people for
Yeah.
absolutely years
you're
that
trying-
I am the night, and
Oh.
nobody yet believes me.
Oh, I am the knight. Oh, go
I am,
on.
I'm definitely-
I am. I definitely am. I'm well evil. Look at me. Urgh. I can turn an owl inside out with one stare. I'm that evil.
Me and the owls, we are.
Like
we're
me
on
and the
way there.
ducks.
You and the ducks, it's me and the
ducks.
owls. I have my owl army.
I have my duck posse.
Duck posse.
It sounds like there should be little hoodies just like throwing West Side signs. I don't know, whatever these kids do. The West Side.
You and your gangster duck.
Gangster ducks.
Of all the things I would think that you would have following you, it's not gangster ducks. It's
I'm not gangster ducks.
not gangster anything.
But a new report shows that Britain is a nation of cannibals.
Cannibals?
Cannibals. You ready for this? Millions of Brits want to eat human flesh, like the movie Cannibal Hannibal Lecter. That's quite a sentence. In a shock report. Oh, shock report. When surveyed, almost 1/4 of us reckon we are curious to taste human flesh.
I have to admit, if I got that survey, I would say I was curious.
Yeah. Whilst 14% of you would want a piece of yourselves to see what you actually tasted like. So 1/4 of us would eat human flesh, and then for that 14% would like to eat themselves. I know a lot of No. 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 Gonna retract what I just said about eating people each other. Anyway, so yes, so human flesh. I heard it tastes like pork. So apparently 14% of us want to eat ourselves.
It's
So
all breaking down. Well, if someone gave me a plate of human flesh and went, just,
would you
I don't know.
would you like it on a plate?
I don't know, maybe on a piece of bread. Pita bread or something, I don't
Hot
know.
dog bun. Hot dog bun.
I think maybe we need time to go over this. Shall we play another song?
Fuck, that came off really badly, didn't it? Yeah.
I have been compiling a list this week of really odd things that I'm afraid of.
Ah, this will be good fun. Tell us, what are you afraid of, Smithzilla?
Small children, pointed shoes, overly large breasts.
But there's like a clip where a woman like lifts her massive mammary and smashes cans. I'm just thinking, those could be human skulls.
They could be.
We are not far away from looking at our first killer using breasts.
Killer breasts.
Killer breasts from outer space in 3D.
A pair of boobs just appear out the screen, coming towards you. That is like my worst nightmare.
Just playing the drums. Da-da-da-dum, dush, dush, da-da-da-dum, dush, dush, da-da-da-dum, dush, dush.
Boob smash.
Yeah. Tell me about the rest of your fears just before we go.
The rest of my fears, I did have two more.
Go for it.
Scotch eggs.
Scotch eggs, why?
They're just...
Is it because it changes in texture?
Yeah, maybe. Also, I ate one that was frozen once and it wasn't very nice. Hares that are caught in books.
What, like rabbits?
No. Although that would be pretty scary.
Just open a book. A rabbit just lodged itself in your face.
I was
Big
thinking
mad eyes.
dead and squished.
Crispy rabbit.
Crispy rabbit, that would be a bit...
Crispy 2D rabbit.
Ugh.
Oh, 2D rabbit.
No, I work in a library and...
How? You're so loud. Oh no. Actually, libraries are pretty good for you because you can just skulk around looking evil.
I don't have to talk to anyone in the library.
That's a pretty good thing.
And that works for me a lot.
Because you don't like talking to people in general.
No. But when people get their hair caught in books, oh...
Thunder. Everything with thunder. That's a new Olympic sport, isn't it? Synchronised metaling. Synchronised metal posing. We're about to hit the Caitlin Heavy Hour.
One more from you.
We got one more from me, and then we'll swap over, and then of course we'll wheel out Herman Deathbringer.
Indeed.
We're going to wheel him out this fact because this week he's in a tank. Yes.
But like a tank, like a fish tank or
Actually,
a tank
I've got to
tank.
be honest with you. You've got to be nice to him. Okay, it's his tank, but he's just painted a wheelie bin and put a cardboard tube on top.
That's what I do on weekends.
Oh, what, just get in a wheelie bin.
Yeah.
Isn't that just your student accommodation?
Pretty much.
Spacious one-bedroom apartment that keeps rain off. Mobile.
Mobile apartment, you just stick an oar out the top and start wheeling your way
in the
down
centre
the
of London, £4,000 a day. That's amazing. How do you clean that up? Door! 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 So what's the story behind that picture?
Oh, it's a taxidermist from Sweden. Got given a lion, but he didn't know what it looked like.
So that's his best attempt at what a lion looks like.
Yeah, human feet, human teeth, and a salami hanging out of his mouth.
He's actually giving it human teeth. Oh my god, that's amazing. Some bloke in Switzerland going, oh, I got to chase a game to a lion.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am Herman Deathbringer, star of this part of the show, of the Box of Brutality, as soundtrack by the Smithzilla. Good evening, Smithzilla. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks.
I like the picture of your doofy lion. Hey, do you like my tank? It's plastic.
No.
It float. Hey!
I know what lick looks like because me and my dad used to do that for food, to flame it. So,
My food. Yeah, that was Carcass here on Black and Beard Metal Radio. Hey,
A carcass here on Black and Beard Metal Radio.
yeah, I know, that's cool, right?
Wheeling a carcass, hit it for a while and see if it makes noise.
I think that'd be the noise it'd make. I think if you put anything through a carcass, it'd make that kind of noise. In fact, interesting little lesson here. That's how they recorded their first EP. They put a guitar amp inside a carcass and just played and recorded from that. True story. Xylophone ribs. Huh? I'm gonna tell a joke. What time does Herman Deathbringer go for his lunch?
13:49.
Ah!